Hello, welcome to a special edition of Baboony. Today I'm going to be making a behind the scenes video, which gives you an idea of how I make these videos. And maybe you'd be interested just to watch it. And if you're a content creator, maybe there's a couple tricks and tips you could use and integrate into your workflow for when you're making videos. So feel free to use anything that you see here. This is inspiration. It's also a little bit behind the scenes and letting you guys in on my life a little bit. So the software you see here is called OBS. It's free. And it's a tool that allows you to capture the screen and audio of anything you want on your computer. So let's start off here. I have an SM57 microphone, and that's running into a Scarlett interface with the gain cranked up all the way. And if I go to this filters here, I'll show you the kind of settings that I've used. I've used a noise gate to cut off the microphone when there's not a lot of noise happening. I only want this noise gate to happen when I'm talking. I've gained it up some more because I don't have a preamp. And so the signal that's going into my computer is very low. There's some noise suppression, which cleans up the audio if I'm running a fan in the background. Some EQ to clean up the voice, scoop out a little bit of the lows and a little bit of mids. Then I compress my voice, give it some more EQ flavor, and add a limiter to the top of it so that way I'm never peaking. So let's say I'm trying to record on Lackey. So I just go here and I have this already programmed, but I'll just do it from scratch. I would do a screen capture and I'll set it to, I don't know if you can see this, but I'll set it to maybe application capture, no, window capture. Lackey, there's Lackey. And so I just have to maybe crop it a little bit, adjust the size, drag it to wherever I want, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm good to go to start recording gameplay of Lackey. And I'd have to make sure that I'm in the right spot. So yeah, so that's that. And to get this monkey character, the Baboony Tim character brought to life, we use a program called Vedaotube. So it's Vedaotube Mini. This is also another free software, but the idea is you have a bunch of pictures that are just, you need 4 states. You need one with his eyes closed, eyes open, mouth open, mouth closed. And so if you have these, you could basically animate your character. And so I load those 4 images up into here. And so when I'm talking, if that means if this green arrow detects noise, it's going to open my mouth and it's going to close once this blue arrow goes below this. And you can set different types of motions for the character. So this is the closed mouth motion. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about me. But I like the vibing one, just vibing. And then you can keybind different types of expressions to different things. So for example, I have command 2, I have the pointing. Command 3, I have the shocked expression. Command 4, I have sad, stuff like that. But for the most part, we're just doing this. And to get this into OBS without all this other stuff going on, first, if I stop hovering over it, it becomes a green screen. And if I go to my VTuber here, I can edit the filters and add a chroma key. And so the chroma key I just set to green, and that seems just to work. And I crop it a little bit. And now he's there, just chilling. And you can see my feet. If I go like this, I usually just have my face, though. Nobody wants to see monkey feet, right? All right, so now we just recorded an audio clip. Let's clean that up a bit in the next step of the process that I use. So we're going to use a software called Reaper. This tool is free for 60 days, but if you like it a lot, you can buy the license for $60. But the idea is we're going to take our file that we just made, drag it in there, and here's our audio file. And see all that space that's dead where I'm not talking? That's where I've either paused or have minimized the window or was just doing other things. Normally, if I was editing the video, I wouldn't leave that stuff in there. That would just be boring for you guys. So I'd have to take that out. And taking that out is kind of labor intensive from an editing standpoint. And so I tried to figure out a way to do this automatically. And I found a way with Reaper. That's why I'm using this. So I'm going to hit Command E after selecting the track. And that's going to bring up an auto trim split items window. And once I set it like this, it's going to split and remove the silent areas from this MP4 file. And so we just cut the length down, and now we just have all action, no dead space. So we're going to render this as a MP4 file. I'm going to wait a little bit for it to do its thing. And this has saved me countless hours in editing. So if you're a content creator, check out Reaper. Use its auto split feature if you're tired of just cutting out dead space from your videos. And bada bing, bada boom. All right, so now we're ready to start editing. Let's get into Final Cut Pro. And I am using the free trial version. It's been a good run, but after 13 days, I'm gonna have to make a decision. Do I want to buy this or do I want to keep or find something else? But it's been really good. I'm really considering buying it. Would highly recommend. And if you want to try it out, it is free. So we opened up a video here. This was my Daniel pitch deck video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in the video that we just cut, put it in here, get rid of all this nonsense. And now we're ready to start editing. So first things first, let's cut out some of this dark space there. Don't need these transitions. Have the iconic Baboony Tim outro ready to go, just between cuts. And the iconic Baboony Tim soundtrack to appropriate length. And so I can see a preview of what's happening if I hover over the scene like this. Okay, and hopefully I set up all the audio. So if I press play, you can hear what I'm hearing to happen when I'm talking. I've gained it up. And here's our video that we just recorded. I just go here, and I have this already programmed, but I'll just do it from scratch. Now you're hearing me talk at you from 2 different directions. So before I start editing this clip, I want to apply some light audio adjustments to it. So I like this setting in Final Cut Pro called voice isolation. Just makes my voice sound a little bit crisper. Play of Lackey. And I'd have to make, so let's hear it again without it. I have to make sure that I'm in the right spot. So that's that. And to get this monkey, and then also there's a setting that you can drag in called the de-esser. And so that's going to make the S sound a little bit nicer on the ears. So I drag that in, and that's all the audio processing I do on my voice. I have a really good microphone. It just sounds really good. And then what I like to do is I like to watch the video at a high speed and try to figure out if there's any verbal missteps that I've made. And I try to cut those out. For example, let's try to find one. So if you have these, basically animate your character. And if I press L on my keyboard, I can make this setting zoom up, close. And so if you have these, you basically animate your character. And so I load those 4 images up into here. And so when I'm talking, that means if this green arrow detects noise, I open my mouth. So that's a really good way to just goes below this. And you can set different types of motions for the character. So this is the closed mouth motion. By listening to zoom. Everything's fine. Don't worry about me. But I like the vibing one. Just vibing. And then you can keybind different types of expressions to different things. So for example, Command 2, I have the pointing. Command 3, I have the shocked expression. Command 4, I have sad. Stuff like that. But for the most part, we're just doing this. And to get this in OBS without all this other stuff going on, first, if I hover over it, if I stop hovering over it, it becomes a green screen. And if I go to, so here's what I found. If I hover over it, if I stop hovering over it, it becomes, so like I said, a line twice. And I don't want that in the Final Cut. So what I'm just going to do is I have some keybinds. I'm going to select this region, just use a keybind to delete it. Now let's listen to it first. If I stop hovering over it, so that sounds a lot better. And I'm just going to listen to the entire track and try to see if I can catch any more of those. Okay, I'm really satisfied with that so far. There's a part of the video I would like to add some notes that I forgot to say during the video. So I think it's around here. So if I just want to add some notes, I'm just going to add a title, nothing super fancy, but let's just go in here. Yeah, I wanted to say I commissioned these drawings on Fiverr. I found someone who was willing to create a character with me, paid them some money, and they helped me create a character that I'm able to use in my videos. I have pictures that are just, you need 4 states. You need one with his eyes closed, eyes open, mouth open. Perfect. And now let's just pretend like we're editing the final cut of a video. We would go like, right? Check the ending. There's a little bit more black in there. Let me fix that. Get this black off there. Add my favorite color panes filter. Monkey feet, right? And now we got the exit intro. Nice. Okay, so once we're done with the video, obviously I'm going to go and add more. I'm going to add this footage back to it. But once we're done, I just do Command E, and we're going to export this video. And it's going to take a little bit, and it'll finish exporting to a really high quality video, 1080p. And while I'm waiting for my video to export, I like to go and create the album. I like to create the thumbnail. So here's a list of all my other thumbnails. Here's my most recent one. But I used to design these from scratch, but now I've just started using templates and they look a lot better. And I have to, of course, make them my own, but like these look so clean. I love this one. These are nice. And let's see, behind the scenes, what would I use? Let's see if they have anything behind the scenes. I kind of want like a picture of like a curtain like this. That could be cool. Is there any way I can edit this and get this girl out of here? Okay, that's where we have AI. So I'm gonna use a eraser, get her out of here. Get her out of here. It's Baboony supposed to be in there. It's the Baboony Tim show, not your ballerina show. And then let's see if that gets the job done. So this is a tool called Canva. You can log into it online. It's free, but I'm using a free trial version of the Gets Pro. And so like this magic eraser is like a pro feature, which is pretty helpful. And so there, we just got her away. Now let's just add the Baboony Tim monkey, which is here. Actually, I think I want the pointing one. Here's the pointing monkey. Boom. Let's see. Yep, this is nice. This is really nice. I don't think I need this subscribe button. You guys already know how to do that. And this cloud, let's just make it look a little bit cleaner. And I have behind the Baboony scenes, and I want to make it fit everywhere. Perfect. Yeah, that looks pretty clean. Don't need this. And I don't want to spend too much time on this, you know? I've got other things to do with my life, but that looks pretty good. Maybe I'd add like a little OBS icon. And let's take this one, copy and paste it in there. It's from Wikimedia, so it's probably free and good to use. Let's just add one more thing. Make it look a little bit more interesting. Like let's add maybe like a record button. Put it down here. Boom. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's finish it. Let's do a little bit of touch up. And that I think looks like a great thumbnail. So yeah, I'm going to download this and get ready for the uploading it to YouTube. Alrighty, now that we're downloaded that, let's check on our video. And here it is. It's all ready to go. Hello, welcome to a special edition of it. So that, beautiful. And then once we're ready to upload to YouTube, I go to my YouTube creator channel, just upload the file, and then I can set the title, the description, the thumbnail here. And it's pretty trivial. And the cool thing that YouTube does is you can reuse the details. So I can reuse the details if I have a bunch of things that I'm trying to copy paste over behind the scenes, blah, 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 blah. And I'll fill this in later. Don't need this. And I think I want to keep these redemption hashtags. And also to get the chapter marks in the video, I need to fill out this part. And so I would go and rewatch the video and put timestamps about where each part ends and where the next begins. So maybe I'll do that with this video. Like I would add another timestamp, like, you know, uploading to YouTube, you know, is one of the time markers. And so that way it's a nice watching experience for you. Let's upload our thumbnail and ta-da. Now, if I'm working on a longer video, it's going to be multiple gigabytes. So this pitch deck video that you watched was about 15.81 gigabytes. And uploading that to YouTube is going to eat up a lot of my time and take up a lot of data. So I like to try and get this in a different format that's smaller, but also has the same quality. So I found a software called Capcut, and they compress their movie files in a different way than Apple does. And so you can take a 15.81 gigabyte file and turn it into a 1.01 gigabyte file. And Capcut is free, but they want you to sign up for their pro subscription level, but you don't have to. Okay, anyways, I'm going to delete that, drag in my exported movie, and then I can just hit the export button. I don't know, compressed. And if you use this codec here, the H.264 codec, okay, and it was so quick, it just did that. And now we have a much smaller file. And this, when I upload this to YouTube, it's just going to take even smaller amount of time. So this is like an optional step that I like to do just to save me time uploading and to save space on my computer. I'm using a MacBook Pro, 32 gigabytes of memory, a lot of gigabytes of storage. You can see how much I have there, 466. And once these fill up with memory, I just delete these. Okay, so lastly, I want to mention the type of software I use to create my slideshows and presentations, because that's what a lot of what I do here is in this slideshow. It's called Excalidraw. This is also free software, but to use the presentation feature, that's like, you have to do Excalidraw Pro. But anyways, I create little frames, and this is really easy. I can just drag in things and just say like, hello, make it as big or small or however I need. And so this is a video I'm going to be recording soon. This is like upgrading the budget contender deck. So I have a flow, I have everything I need, I want to talk about. and then I just start a presentation and hook it up to my OBS so that my face is there and that they also see my screen as I'm presenting. And so that creates a nice, easy way to logically move through my thoughts and also has some visual information for the viewer. Well, anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this behind the scenes look at Baboony Tim. A little bit behind the curtain. Yeah, I'm only a human in a monkey costume. But I hope you learned something because I had to learn all this from scratch. So maybe if you wanted to become a YouTuber, maybe I could just save you a lot of time. And it's not that hard. Like, it obviously helps that I have like a good MacBook and a good microphone. But all the software I'm using, like, it's free for the most part. All right, I'll have to close this video and start editing it, and then I'll upload it, and you get the picture. All right, see you next time.